this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the rear trailing arm bushings on this Volkswagen Beetle. Let's get into it. Before we put the vehicle up in the air, what we need to do is find something that you can depress the brake pedal with and hold it down. So you can push on the brake pedal, have something right up against the seat. You have to adjust it a little bit, or you could adjust the seat. You want to push that all the way down. And that's just going to hold the pedal down while we're doing this job. In the trunk, you're going to go find this panel and just twist these and unlock them. And we can slide this forward and slide it up. And we're going to take the wheel lock key out. And also this hook, this is going to pull the center caps off. You should have a little cap right here. You want to pop that off. You can use the straight blade screwdriver, pop that off. This vehicle doesn't have that. And then you want to go grab that hook right in the hole right there and just pull it straight out. It's just clipped on right in the middle there. Pops right off. Now you can access the lug nuts. Take the wheel lock key, find which one is the wheel lock. Using a 17mm socket, take that out. And go around, take the other lug nuts off. Before we take the last one off, I'm just going to hold the wheel on so it doesn't fall. Take that off. And then take the wheel off. And this inner fender well, we're going to take some of these screws out. Use a T20 socket. Take these screws out. A couple behind here. Pull this out of the way a little bit. There we go. And we can access that bolt. You could just use a bungee cord and just pull this to the side. Where the parking brake cable attaches right here, you want to remove that. You can use some picks and get underneath where it clips in and just pop this down, or even some needle nose pliers. Just try to pop it down. It comes off. Those are the clips that you're trying to pull down. You can bend those back so that when you go to push it on, it'll secure. Squeeze that on. It should be good. Unclip it right here and over here. We're not going to take it down completely, just out of the way a little bit. That's fine. We're going to remove this brake hose right here, just on one side. Use an 11mm line wrench. Loosen up the brake line. You're going to see some fluid drip out. Make sure you have a drain bucket underneath. Because we have that piece on the brake pedal, it's going to stop. Because we have that bar on the brake pedal, it'll stop. There's a clip right here. Just want to use some pliers or needle nose pliers. Just try to take that clip off, and this hose will come right out. Just let that sit right there. It might drip a little bit, but it shouldn't drip too much. Now I'm going to use a pole jack and just support this right here. Just a little bit of pressure. Using an 18mm wrench, put it on the nut and an 18mm socket. Take this bolt out. Slide that out. Now we're going to lower this down. Should be able to pry that down a little bit. Using a 16mm socket, we're going to take this bracket off, take the 4 bolts out. The bracket slides right off. Now I'm just going to pry this down, take a block of wood, and just leave that right there. And you have plenty of room to press the bushing out. Before we take this out, you can see there's a little area where it's indexed. You just want to make a mark and just try to put the new one in the same location where the old one came out, as close as possible. That should be good right there. If you have an adapter, you can use that with a slide hammer and slide this out from the inside. Not everyone has a slide hammer. So what we're going to do is just use an air hammer from the outside and push it through. There it is. Now we're going to push this in. Make sure you line this tab up with that mark we made earlier, down below there, and get this set up. Sometimes it's a little tricky getting the bushing started because it's a little bit larger than the diameter, the center of the hole. So what you can do is just use a hose clamp right here on the edge and just tighten that down. When we tighten it down, it'll just make it a little smaller, so it'll go in a little easier. All right, I'm going to take that clamp off now. And slide the tool out. Now we can take this piece of wood out, just pry this down. Get that out. And line this bracket back up. And get the bolt started. And before I tighten those down, it'll actually be easier to put the bolt through there, so we'll do that. Slide the bolt in, put the nut on. I'm not going to tighten that down. Tighten these bolts first. Those down. Before we tighten that bolt down, just want to raise up on the suspension. It would be ideal if you set the vehicle on the ground and tighten that down on the ground, but it's not that easy to get to that while the vehicle's on the ground. So just be careful. Just raise up the suspension a little bit. And we'll tighten that down. Snug that down. And we can lower on the suspension. Now hook this line back up. Get this started before I put the clip on. Take the clip, line that up, and just push it on. Might have to use a hammer, just give it a tap. That's good. Now snug this line down. Good. I take the parking brake cable, run it through the loop, and push the retainer right here. Push it up. If you need to, you can use a socket or a needle nose. That's good. Now you want to slide the inner fender well back in position. Get these screws started. Those are all in. Now tighten those down. Good. Now put the wheel on, line it up. Take the lug bolt, get that started. And the wheel lock with the key. Just tighten those down. Now we want to torque the lug bolts to 89 foot-pounds in a cross pattern to tighten the wheel down evenly. Just go around again, double check. Take the key off, slide the center cap in place. And if you have that little cap, you want to put that on now. Now you want to put the tools back. And close it up. Lock it down.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.